Hi, today I'm here with Michael, Christina, and Saloni. What college are you guys going to?
I'm going to U of M.
I'm going to U of M.
I'm going to the University of Chicago.
In several months, these high school juniors will be attempting to gain admission to the universities of their choice. In order to impress these schools, they will work to attain the highest possible GPA, high standardized test scores, and other impressive accolades. After all their hard work, the students can only hope that all their applications will be viewed on an even playing field and have the confidence that they will be admitted because of their qualification to attend the school. While for the most part this is the case, in some circumstances, factors such as ethnicity can influence the admissions process.
I am a product of affirmative action.
The nomenclature of affirmative action to operate on racial preferences and quotas is idiotic and counterproductive.
We sat down with Mrs. Kunick, a teacher at Pioneer High School, to discuss affirmative action.
To me, affirmative action is a measure that during the Johnson administration, it was part of his idea of giving a step up, not a handout, but a step up with the Great Society. And this was one of those aspects that for so long, if we look back to Reconstruction all the way up, for so long, African Americans have not had an equal opportunity in this country.
The central conundrum is that most people of goodwill want our universities to be racially inclusive. And at the same time, many of us are uneasy with the idea of counting race in deciding who gets ahead.
Affirmative action is a hotly debated issue among university admissions, and for good reason. Affirmative action is the practice of accepting students to a school partially based on their race or ethnicity. This practice has been going on for several years and is based around the premise that minority groups are underrepresented in the student body of universities across America. This is a valid concern, as there is an obvious difference between the percentage of minorities in any given state compared to the percentage of minorities in the student body of the school.
The bottom line is that the quota system is always going to be under suspect, because when you have a quota system, it leaves it open to say you took these people even though they might not be qualified.
Another one of my favorite arguments is that there's no discrimination because we only prefer minorities when choosing between equally qualified candidates. Well, first of all, that's not even true because the 20 points, as I said, is equal to the difference between an A and a B average. But merely being treated differently is the constitutional injury. And I ask you, would it be okay for the Michigan to say that whenever we have two equally qualified applicants, we choose the white one? I don't think anyone in this room would think that was legal. Related argument is that there's no discrimination because we only select qualified minorities. Again, that's a double standard. Merely being qualified is not enough if you're white, Asian, or Arab.
A major reason colleges implement the quota system is to try and better represent the minority groups in their student bodies. In Michigan, like many other states, there is a clear discrepancy in the percentages of minority population in the states and the representation of minority populations in the student body. The current population of U of M is around 40,000 students. Of those students, 70% are white/Caucasian, about 12.6% are Asian, and around 4 to 5% are black. While this distribution may seem surprising, the demographics of the state of Michigan show that the state's population is 78.9% white, 14.3% black, and 2.4% Asian. It is logical for the University of Michigan to want more black students to attend their school so they can more accurately represent the state's demographics.
Our challenge has always been and continues to be creating a learning environment where people can come in and experience various cultures, aspects of the world in a way that helps enhance their learning process.
Though, do you believe in taking a diverse population over at the expense of a more qualified, less diverse?
No, not at all. So here's another way that it gets twisted. The assumption is that you somehow have to lower your standards in order to get a more diverse population. Michigan's standards have steadily gone up every single year for the past 10 years.
While affirmative action was made illegal in Michigan by popular vote, the majority of the country still has no laws or policies regarding the issue. 42 of the 50 states still allow race, gender, or ethnicity to be a factor in admissions. We need a way to have affirmative action outlawed equally across the United States to create an equal chance for all students. While cultural diversity on campus is important for the education of students, we believe that the only fair method of admitting students is to do it purely based on what they have accomplished and included in their resumes and interviews.
I want to go to NYU.
I want to go to UPenn.
And I want to go to Duke.
And we want to make sure that our applications are looked at equally, regardless of our race, ethnicity, or gender.